Hey, what's up guys? Joe McCall here. Quick little video, and I'm going to be teaching you why land beats houses every time. And by the way, check out my new t-shirt. Do you like it? Dirt Flipper. Listen, I'm here to tell you, flip dirt, not houses. Now, this is a great, simple presentation. I'm going to be diving through a lot of details here on why land beats houses every time. Now, maybe every single time, like 99% of the time. There are a few instances where houses maybe are better because of the depreciation, the tax write-offs and things like that. But there is nothing easier, nothing faster, and I say this one with 100% conviction, nothing faster than vacant land if you want to make a quick $5,000, $10,000. Also, if you want to get to $10,000 a month in passive income, passive cash flow, there is no faster and easier way to do it than with vacant land. If you have a little bit of money, okay? You have to have a little bit of money. It's not like you can, if you have no money at all, it's going to be a little more challenging. You're just going to have to work a little bit harder. But here's what I'm trying to say. You can make $10,000 a month very easily in this business, flipping raw dirt. And I want to challenge you to, your thinking a little bit. All right, so I got a presentation here. I'm going to dive right into it. I got a lot to cover. Why land beats houses every single time. No, we're still doing houses, especially with my coaching business partner, Gavin. But I'm here to tell you land beats houses every time. There are still a lot of advantages to owning and flipping houses. There's a huge demand for housing. There always will be. And the tax write-offs and things like that. But it's important to be diversified, all right? So here are the top benefits of flipping vacant land. With vacant land, you don't need to do anything to the property. We are not subdividing it. We are not entitling it. We are not doing any kind of development at all to the property. No repairs, no inspections, no permits. Raw land is really a hands-off investment. You don't have to worry about vacancies, maintenance, repairs, no more tenants, toilets, trash, mold, termites, broken pipes, new roofs, etc. And you don't have to take on any debt when you do these deals either. These are free and clear properties that we deal with. Statistically also, vacant landowners are more likely to be motivated to sell. They are more removed from the property. They are distant absentee owners, and there's no emotional attachment to the property. A lot of the land that we buy are from vacant landowners that maybe inherited it. They've owned it for over 10 years. They don't live in that county, so it's much easier to negotiate significant deals with these sellers. You can flip vacant land without ever seeing it in person. There's so many powerful tools that are available to real estate today, to investors today. I use Google Earth a lot, FreedomSoft, Priced, MapRight, much more. By the way, FreedomSoft is an amazing tool. I have a custom signature edition of FreedomSoft where now we do all of our vacant mail. We do our land mail, and we make our offers, and we do all of our phone calls right through there. Okay, so land is very inexpensive to own as a long-term investment. We buy most of our deals for $5,000 to $10,000. That's it. So it means we don't have any mortgage payments, no utility bills, no property management, and very low property taxes, maybe $100, $200 a year. Okay, land gives its owners peace of mind. There's very little risk with vacant land. It's a long-term tangible asset, doesn't wear out, it doesn't depreciate, can't be broken into, can't be stolen or destroyed. And there's fewer variables when dealing with vacant land as well compared to houses. The condition of the property, you don't have to worry about that, right? With houses, they have all these hidden things behind the walls, right? The damaged foundation, termites, mold, radon, previous smokers, pet damage, lead-based paint, going on and on and on. With houses, you have to deal with existing tenants. You don't have to do that with vacant land. You don't have to worry about local or city ordinances, market conditions as much, bank financing, rising interest rates, inflation. It's always hard to get financing. And with houses, you don't have to do that, worry about that with land. You don't have to worry about pleasing picky buyers. Land is just simpler, all right? I want to talk about the importance of diversification as well, because a lot of you guys are doing houses. I'm not saying stop doing houses or stop doing apartments or storage units or whatnot, but take a look at land. It's important to diversify. Add vacant land to your portfolio, which will reduce your risk, all right? The cool thing about land investing is we get to call our own shots as well. You don't have to deal with banks, inspectors, contractors, realtors, the city. Very minimum local government or involvement or intrusion, very little startup capital to get into and also, guys, when you're buying land, you don't need earnest money deposits or proof of funds. Now, also with vacant land, one of the biggest reasons I love it is there's very little competition. It's easier to get better deals. You don't have to move as quickly. And I've done some research. By the way, I'm going to give you this mind map in the description of this video if you want. I'm also going to show you another way to get it. But I did some research in ListSource here, and let me just show you what we've got. This was a post that I did in my Facebook group a few months ago. I did some research in ListSource, and I did this a few months ago, and I looked in the last 90 days. There were over 2,800 vacant lots sold to investors between 1 to 20 acres in the United States. Did you hear that? 2,800 vacant lots between 1 to 20 acres sold to investors in the U.S. in the previous 90 days. In the same 90-day period, there were 45,000 houses sold to investors. That's 16.2 times more houses than vacant land. Now, only 261 investors bought more than one vacant lot in the last 90 days. In other words, between 1 to 20 acres, which I teach people to focus on. And there are 142 million total houses in the United States, 48 million vacant lots in the United States, and about 3,100 counties, all right? So that means, check this out, there are 3,129 houses for every active house investor. Check this out. But there are 23,011 vacant lots for every active land investor, 7.4 times or more. Now, if you include quarter-acre lots here, the numbers will be down a little bit, but it's insane. 7.4 times more vacant land available for every active land investor. So if a land investor were to mail 1,000 letters a week, which is a lot, it would take 932 years to mail every vacant lot in the United States. If all of the active land investors mailed 1,000 letters every week, it would still take them all 3.5 years to mail everyone. So are you really still worried about competition in the land flipping business? If you're running against competition, maybe you're fishing in the wrong pond. Don't go after the most popular areas. And don't forget, most people quit this business just after a few months. So if you have any competition, it won't be around for very long. What's the point in all that? If there is any competition, it's irrelevant, okay? And Seth Williams did a really good article. I want to encourage you to go here. I'll just show it to you real quick. If you go to retipster.com and just do a search on his blog for the word competition, did a great little article here, and I suggest that you check it out, okay? Seth Williams, retipster.com. With land, you have lower costs and higher profits. Land is cheaper than houses and commercial property. You can get started with a smaller investment. You can actually get 100% cash on cash return on your money a lot faster with vacant land than you can with houses. I remember when I was learning how to do houses, it was you were trying to always get 10 to 12% cash on cash return in your first year. With vacant land, we're getting 100% cash on cash. Now, depending on the deal, some deals we're at 50, 60, 70%. On the low end, 50% cash on cash return the first year. Just depends on the deal. Passive income. Guys, you can add seller financing to the mix. Did you know that? You can sell your land on seller financing. You can sell your land inside. You can buy and sell your land inside of a self-directed IRA, which means you don't have to pay any taxes on the gains or the profits or the monthly cash flow. So you can add seller financing to the mix. That makes a lot more money. Banks typically don't lend on this type of land. Dodd-Frank, which is rules that apply to houses, does not apply to vacant land because nobody's living on it. And it's very, very easy, I'm telling you guys, to make $200, $300 a month on each rural vacant lot that you use, that you sell on owner financing. A lot of our deals, we're doing $500 to $1,000 a month in cash flow from vacant land. Finally, God's not making any more of it. It's going to be around for a long, long time. So I have a little spreadsheet here I'm going to show you how quickly and easily you can make 10 grand a month in 1 year or less working just 10 hours a week. This is a little spreadsheet that I put together. If you're a spreadsheet nerd like me, then I think you might enjoy this. If you're not, just bear with me here. All right, so let's say a typical property, it's 3 acres. We're doing this out in the middle of nowhere too, by the way, okay? Let's say it's worth about $20,000. When we buy properties, we're usually making offers at 25 cents on the dollar, all right? So if we sell it with owner financing, we might sell it a little bit higher, 105%. If we're selling it for cash, we sell it at a discount, usually 85 to 90% is of the price that it's worth. We sell it with owner financing, okay? We have maybe, let's put on here average closing costs, and we like to use realtors and realtor commissions per deal. about $2,000. Total cost of purchase is about $7,000. So if we wholesale this thing, just like a house, we sell it for cash to somebody else, we'll make an $11,000 profit. So I'm going to show you here how you can make piles of cash and streams of cash. Here we're making piles of cash. If we just wholesale it, we'll make $11,000. Let's say we buy it at 35 cents on the dollar. We're still making a $9,000 wholesale profit. All right, so let's say though, we buy it at 35 cents on the dollar and we sell it with owner financing for $21,000 instead of for cash for $18,000, okay? Typically when we do these deals then, we're going to sell it on owner financing on 5 years. I'll zoom in a little bit, see if you can see that okay. We normally charge between 9 to 10%. Let's just do 9.5%. We typically get 10% down. So we're going to be actually out of pocket $6,900. That's the difference between what we're buying it for and then subtracting out the down payment we're getting. Our monthly payments now, the income, the cash flow, the passive cash flow, again, you can't get any more passive than vacant land, is almost $400 a month. Now, our first year cash on cash return, if you look at how much cash you put into the deal, how much cash flow you're getting back, 76%. Are you kidding me? So it'd take you a little bit over a year to get all your money back. Now, let's say on this example deal here where you're getting almost $400 a month in cash flow, if your annual income, passive income goal is $120,000, which means it's $10,000 a month, that means you need 25 of those properties, okay? If you just did one of these deals a month, just one, it would take you 25 months or a little over 2 years. Now, what if you did 2 of these deals a month? In 12.6 months, all right, you could be making $10,000 a month in passive income buying and selling these deals on owner financing. This is why I love vacant land. You might have a job right now. You just want to quit. You're thinking, man, I want to get out of this job. I'm frustrated. You know, I'm just one pink, like I was when I was working my full-time job as an engineer. I was always just one paycheck away from bankruptcy, right? And I was not terrified I was going to lose my job because I was a good employee, I guess. But I was always concerned, thinking, man, if I ever got fired, what would I do? I have nothing to fall back on, right? And no matter how hard I worked, I got paid the same. No matter how much profit I brought into the company, I got paid the same. So it's like, man, what are you going to do? Well, what if you had a way, while you're working your job, what if you had a way to make some extra income on the side? So if you did get fired or if you did decide to quit, bam, there you go. You're fine because you know how to make the money and you've got it coming in passively. All right. Why did I choose land? For a lot of reasons. I wanted something that my kids could do with me. These are some deals that I've done with my boys. So this was a vacant lot that we bought and sold in Wilkes County, North Carolina with my 2 teenage sons. We made a $20,000 profit on this thing. This was another property we sold in North Carolina. And then we made $11,000 on that deal. And then here is a deal, 2 deals that we bought, one in Kern County that we sold wholesale profit for $8,000 profit, and a 2-acre property in Klamath County, Oregon. We made a $7,500 profit with my boys. So together with my boys, we've done about $151,000 in profits over the last few years doing this very, very part-time. See, I wanted a business that I could do with my kids, that I could teach them how to do with me, which land allows you to do. I also wanted a business that would give me piles of cash, like if you wholesale them, and streams of cash at the same time. It wouldn't take a lot of money to start, very low overhead. I wanted something simple and very part-time. It could be run from home or from anywhere in the world. You didn't have to take on any debt to run. And most importantly for me, it would allow me to spend more time with my family, which is awesome. I love my family so much. My amazing, beautiful wife. We have 4 kids, and we homeschool them for the most part. Some of them, anyway, long story. Okay, let me go back here. My students and friends, I started teaching people how to do real estate, how to flip vacant land, and they are killing it right now. And so if you get this mind map, you'll see some of the interviews. I've done a bunch of interviews with friends and people who are doing vacant land deals. Like Ray's doing $800,000 net I did this interview in October, and he'd already netted $800,000 in vacant land. Travis King makes millions doing land. Willie's doing $50 million a year. Pete's making $500,000 a month flipping vacant land. Victor's doing $24,000 a month. Jamie doing $10 to $20,000 a month. Phil doing $12,000 a month in notes. This is PJ's doing $15,000 a month with vacant land. Alicia's doing deals from Australia. Clint's doing, I interviewed him, great guy. He was doing over 50 grand a month in notes. Anthony's done over 3 million in the last 2 years. And my good buddy Brent, which I'm going to be on a podcast with him in a few minutes actually from now, he's doing over 30 grand a month in passive notes. So this is a great business. You can make a lot of money flipping vacant land. I have a YouTube channel, which you probably are watching. I've done a lot of interviews with people and a lot of podcasts talking about vacant land. All right. Now, also in this mind map, I've done a lot of interviews that you can get links to here. And I talk about how I'm doing my own deals. So land, a lot less competition. People don't know about it yet. My direct mail response rates are 3 to 5 times higher with vacant land than they are for houses. So when I was doing a lot of direct mail, we were getting maybe 0.5% to 1% response rate with vacant land, with houses rather. But with land, we're seeing 2 to 4%. Normally we're in that 2 to 3% range. So with direct mail, we're getting 3 to 4 times the response rate, doing way much more. It's so much easier to get leads from when the sellers are calling you. Does that make sense? So you can do this in the United States from anywhere in the world. There's tons of land all over. So I'm too busy. Again, I don't like talking to sellers. I don't want to have to answer the phones live or pay for expensive live answering services. I don't like negotiating huge discounts with sellers with the phone. I wanted to build real automation in our business. So I send every single seller to a voicemail. We don't have to talk to sellers or answer the phone live or do cold calls. We just listen to the voicemails 2 or 3 times a week. We send them an offer at 30 cents on the dollar, and we don't talk to sellers until they actually accept our lowball offer. And on average, this is crazy here, we're getting 1 out of every 25 to 30 offers accepted that we send out. So I am doing a free presentation that I'm going to invite you into right now. If you want, if you go to simplelandclass.com, the link will be in the description, as well as a link to this mind map here. But if you go to simplelandclass.com, check that out. You know what I'm going to do actually? I'm going to include this mind map after. So if you go to Simple Land Class, I'm going to give you more than just this mind map. I'm going to give you a book that I wrote, and I'm going to be teaching you how we actually flip this vacant land. But you can go watch that presentation right now at simplelandclass.com, and I'll give you this mind map and another mind map I have in that book. So what am I going to cover on that webinar? Common questions, why would someone ever sell this land for so cheap? Who buys this cheap land? What am I doing to get the money to buy these deals? What if I make an offer on a bad deal? Can I back out? What if I have a full-time job? Can you do that? What if I don't like talking to sellers? I don't have the time. I'm going to talk about the systems and the automation. We're going to talk about the competition and why it's irrelevant. And I'm going to show you my simple steps to 10K in 10 hours. I'm going to show you how to do market research, how to pull a list of sellers, how to send simple letters that send them to your voicemail, how to send simple offers, how to do due diligence, and then how to sell the property in the fastest, easiest way possible. There's also some roadblocks. I'm going to be talking about the 6 main roadblocks to your success, right? You might say, Joe, this all sounds great. Is it really that easy to make 10 grand in 10 hours? No, it's not. There's going to be a lot of roadblocks. And I'm going to be talking about making sure you're selecting the right counties. You're setting up the tech stuff right. You're not getting overwhelmed by that. You're getting the money to buy the deals so you have something that you can quickly move on these deals. I'm going to show you how to make sure you're pulling the right lists of sellers and sending the right letters. How do you know if you're making a good offer on a good property or not? And I'm going to show you how to get mentoring for free. And if you don't have these things, guys, you're going to fail in this business. So there's 3 steps to success I'm going to talk about in the webinar: marketing, automation, and delegation. And I'm going to show you on this webinar how to get my land flipping business in a box. I'm going to show you how to get all your marketing and tech stuff done for you, how to get it set up with you and for you, the marketing and the tech sector, and then I'm going to show you how to get free coaching and help. I'm also going to show you how I'll pay you $5 grand for your deals. So, boom, there you go. That is why land beats houses every single time. We are doing deals today actively. We're very active in the business, and I can't wait to share it with you. Now, go flip some dirt. Stop flipping houses. Flip some dirt. Thank you, guys. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.